Today we're going to be installing my power hammer. In the last video, I poured over 30,000 pounds of concrete. That's cured. Today we're going to be tuning up the top, getting that ready so that we can put the power hammer down, have it settle in nice and square. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, the all-in-one online platform for your online presence. More on that in a little bit, but let's talk about my power hammer first. A power hammer is what the blacksmith uses to forge steel when the arm isn't enough power to do it. It's got 100 kg rams, goes up and down 200 times a minute, and that's why you need such a huge foundation to hold everything together. My hammer is called a two-piece hammer. And here it's very easy to see. This is called the hammer. So this is the ram in here. This is the anvil. This is solid steel right there. What's super important is that when this ram fully extends, it doesn't go too far. And so you gotta set the height of the hammer and the anvil at just the perfect height. And for whatever reason, those are different heights. And so when you pour your concrete, it has a step in it. As you saw in my last video, when I poured the hammer foundation, I had the step in it, which is good, but I know that you can never actually get it perfect with concrete. And so I'm gonna come on with a leveling epoxy to get it dead flat and level, and then I can tune in my height. It's actually really good. Wow, that's awesome. I've just been sitting here thinking about this, how I'm gonna get this to work out good here. Crank it up so you can see how big of a gap I'm dealing with. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this whole entire form off that I just made, basically throw it away, and I'm actually gonna make the form come right out to this edge. And I'll do that on the other side, and then we'll just pour epoxy and we'll make this whole cap, encapsulate this whole honeycomb thing, clean it up all at one shot. Silicone is down, nothing to it. You can see the bead in there. On this up here, I did the underside, and then I built it up in here. So I think it'll be just great. And then we'll see if I have any holes when we start pouring. Now we just wait for that silicone to dry, and then we'll do the first coat of epoxy, which is a primer coat. Squarespace, we're talking about it. The all-in-one online platform for creating your online presence. What does that mean? I started using Squarespace probably about 5 years ago when I needed an online website. The reason to go with Squarespace is simple. It's so simple to use. They have award-winning designer templates, drop and drag, super easy. For selling online, you can have as many products as you want, which is great, especially like last year when I was doing all those refurbished axes. Every day was a new product. Doesn't matter, you just keep dropping those in, keep them going. For shipping logistics, all the information you need is right there. Great analytic tools for following what's going on with your products. The integration between desktop and mobile phone is seamless. You look great on both devices, which is actually really important. What else do I have to say about Squarespace? I genuinely feel indebted to Squarespace for allowing me to be able to do what I'm doing. For small creators like you and me, we need help, and Squarespace is doing that. Thank you, Squarespace. Make sure to head over to squarespace.com/TimD, and you'll get 10% off your first year's subscription. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So today, all we're gonna be really doing is putting down a primer coat. It's just a thin coat. It's not gonna be much to it. Gonna use a blacksmith bottle opener. Available on my website if you're interested in one. As a stir stick. Designed as a bottle opener, but it'll work just dandy for this. We're gonna let that dry for a couple days, and then we'll put on our build-up level. So my silicone job didn't quite work right. A couple holes where it leaked through, and that's really bad because if I go to level this, it won't work. I'll lose it all through the sides. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with the silicone and try to fill those holes. I think I got all the holes fixed up, so it's settling in now, and then that'll be ready for the cap. So this is the next day now, and it's dry enough that I can build up the next layer on it, which is going to be the thicker layer. This is going to be lots of this grout / sand stuff in it, and we're going to start building this up here. So there we go, we're poured. I will see you in 7 days. Okay, there you go, check this out. Hard to see, but this is so cool. Well, what do you think of that? You can see the 2 layers I poured there. Don't think that's an issue, hopefully not. But there is a lip, which I'm not excited about. It's like the whole thing settled a little bit. Ouch. Ooh, that's real sharp too. Dang, nabbit. Okay, there's the second piece. And I think it looks good. So now everything is dead true and level. Let's just check our height here to make sure that's good. Like 10 3/8. About ½ an inch of play that I can grind my dies down over the years for redressing purposes. So that's okay. Purple Heart wood, by the way, very expensive, very hardy and tough. I am going to start prepping for moving here, clean this place up. All right, we're doing it. First piece coming in. Okay, check it out, check it out, check it out. One fork pulling the whole thing. You can see how much it's bent, just crazy. Notice how it's not fitting? I'm starting to stress out. Really stressing out now. Camera shut off and I spent about ½ an hour working with it. And I got it. Woo! So if it got any closer to not fitting, it would not have fitted. Check this out. I had to grind a taper on the top of that bolt and we got it to slide down. Hard for you to see, the thread did get mauled a little bit in here. I think it'll be salvageable. So that was Tim feeling really stupid. Also, I did actually put it down without the wood on it because I went back and forth. I cut it out of the video. Essentially, I was going to try to go without the wood. And just with that one kind of, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of like wool, probably not, but some kind of material, soft cushion pad down there. I thought that might be better than the wood because the wood wasn't perfectly flat. Anyways, put it down. This is so rough casted on the bottom that it was sitting about 1/8 to 3/16 gap and only touching in like one spot. So took it back off, put the wood under, happy with that. We know it's going to work great, so there's going to be no issue there. It's way up there now. It feels so weird to walk up here. I have the die so high, but looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. And we're ready to finalize the last couple things on the hammer here. So next up, we got to bolt the power hammer down, wire it up, and then that bad boy is ready to go, which is super exciting. Also, I'm excited to show you the shop with all the tools in it. It's not going to be this video though, be the next one. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Link is down below, squarespace.com/timd. 10% off your first purchase. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, keep the forge lit.